If you want to make money, let's figure something else out. And I hate it.
Gervonta Davis. It's like when
Who do you got?
you guys need to fight guys your fucking same size.
When you see this fight, do you see like Tank just having his way with Jake? Like given like no?
No, I'm telling you, this is what I tell Tank. And Tank said it in the interview. I said, Tank, y'all going there doing y'all thing, woo woo woo. And I said, he ain't giving you nothing.
Dana, White didn't hold back when it came to the upcoming clash between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. He blasted the matchup as ridiculous, mocking the very idea that Paul could share a ring with a fighter as elite as Davis under what he called strange and lopsided terms. White's frustration was clear. He accused the organizers of setting unfair conditions that made the whole thing feel more like a staged act than a real competitive fight, stripping away the integrity of the sport he loves.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Official rules for Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis have now been confirmed, and they're already sparking debate. The fight will take place as an exhibition, meaning neither man's professional record will change regardless of the outcome. Scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds, both fighters must weigh in at no more than 195 pounds. Each will wear 12-ounce gloves, heavier than what's typical at this level, adding to the intrigue. 3 certified judges will be scoring every round, and if it goes the full distance, a winner will be announced, even though it won't count as a pro victory.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a victor, because the fighters have agreed and the commission has approved a maximum weight of 195 pounds for this exhibition. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds. The fight is 195 pounds, Tank, as you know. The fight will be contested over 10 3-minute rounds, and when Tank and Jake enter the squared circle to go to battle, they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. Sitting ringside will be 3 commission-approved world-class professional judges that will score every round to ensure there's a decisive outcome for the fight if it goes the distance. And both men are enrolled in the highest level of testing with USADA. So Tank, Jake, thank you for doing this. Thank you for giving boxing another massive moment, headlined by yourselves, featuring multiple world title fights.
Boxing insiders are voicing serious doubts about the glove setup for the Paul versus Davis showdown. Since Davis is moving far above his usual weight division to face a naturally bigger opponent, his trainer Calvin Ford highlighted the gloves as a critical issue. He pointed out that both fighters are slated to wear 12-ounce gloves, significantly heavier than the 8-ounce ones Davis typically uses as a lightweight, suggesting this might dull his punching speed and power, potentially tipping the scales even more in Paul's favor.
Actually, when I heard about the fight, they called me and said, what you thought about the fight? I said, the fight doable. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched Tanky for years, and I watched other young men and gyms, you know, deal with big guys. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's big. To me, it's like Jake having his first open fights. If anybody know about the amateurs going open, then you go pro. So, you know, he's a very fighter guy that does have skills. You know what I'm saying? My only concern is, you know, the gloves. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't fight in 12-ounce gloves. We don't use 12-ounce gloves. That's training gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's 2 pounds away from, Jake, he fights in 10s. Tank fighting 8s, so he losing 4 ounces. So my thing is, I said, they said, put Tank in 8s, put him in 10s. That makes the fight more interesting. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there because I understand. And I brought that question up to one of his hounds. They was, no, we don't want to do no mixed match. It's supposed to be an expedition. What, now y'all want the wins and the loss. You know what I'm saying? All these restrictions, but you want to be great. Being great is really pushing the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Tank don't really care, So when I brought this up, he said, dang, facts. You know what I'm saying? So again, he can weigh the 10s and we weigh the 8s. Then we got to fight,
The weight, how's that going to work out? Well,
they got him at 190, 195. I thought it was going to be 190. So they gave him 5. So again, they keep giving, I ain't worrying about the weight. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with it. We taking the fight. We signed the contract. We're going to make it do what it do.
How much do you think he's going to weigh the night of the fight? Yeah, and both. Is there anything in place where Jake can't weigh more than
Based on how he handled himself to camp. Camp is the most important thing because if you have a good camp, you're going to have a great fight. So my thing is just making sure the camp is good. We're doing all the necessary things, dealing with the weight, the gloves and all that stuff,
Ford has proposed a compromise to balance things out, allowing Davis to use his familiar 8-ounce gloves while letting Paul, who's competing at a much higher weight, wear 10-ounce gloves. In Ford's view, this would make the contest more equitable and allow Davis to maintain his natural advantages in speed and precision without being weighed down by the heavier gear.
Jake, I see y'all doing all this betting and stuff, right? And I'm looking at the fight because I'm his coach. This is a very serious fight, and I'm a very serious person. My question to you is, where the 12-ounce gloves come from? Why y'all couldn't take 10 and he had 8? Already he giving up 4 ounces of the gloves. I gotta say this because y'all betting all this money. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, wait. You guys were the ones that wanted 12-ounce gloves, not me. I'll do 8. Fuck, I'll do 4. I'll do 2 ounces. I'll do bare knuckle.
I wasn't aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that he can handle himself.
So what do you want? 10 ounce? 8 ounce? What do we want?
If he the one said that, I'm gonna go with that. I wasn't aware of that.
No, the 12 ounce came from your guys' side.
No,
and
it's
I
not.
On God, perfect. Then what do you want? 10?
No, I didn't say that.
So 10 ounces.
It don't matter to me.
Perfect. It doesn't matter to him. So back to
matter.
what I always wanted, which was 10 ounces. Great.
Well, you just made something clear to me. You just
Thank
made something clear to me because I didn't know. Because you fight in 10s, he fight in 8s.
Yeah, your
You
guys'
understand what I'm saying?
side.
So I'm like 12 ounces. He's
Show the
giving up
emails and the screenshots.
I
You
get
guys
that.
asked for 12 ounces.
It's part of negotiation. I get it.
No, let's do it. 10 ounces, 8. Let's do it. That's great. That's going to make it more exciting for the fans. Thank God. I wanted 10s really badly. Let's do it.
White didn't sugarcoat his criticism of Jake Paul's fight choices. He accused Paul of constantly targeting smaller opponents and avoiding true tests against fighters his own size. White reminded fans that whenever Paul has faced someone closer to his weight and skill level, the results haven't gone his way. Speaking about the Paul versus Davis fight, White doubled down, calling it completely unbalanced. He admitted Davis packs serious power, but argued that his size disadvantage would make it nearly impossible to knock Paul out. In White's eyes, Paul's bulk and reach would make it tough for Davis to close the distance and land the kind of clean shots he's known for, turning the match into an uphill battle.
Gervonta Davis. It's like when you
Who do you got?
you guys need to fight guys your fucking same size. You know what I mean?
Straight up ignored.
When you fought Floyd, you are massive. You're a massive fucking dude. Floyd's tiny. And I'm sure when you were training, you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit this guy with a couple punches and grab him, tie him up. And he did hit you with a fucking bomb of an overhand right one time. And you fucking ate it. You ate that punch.
Logan's like proud of it. He's like, yeah, I did. Hell yeah, I ate that punch from a 140-pounder. You're damn right, dude. Now, granted, it's Floyd Mayweather, but you're still 200 pounds, dog. You know what I mean? This is why, and I agree with Dana on this, this is why the Gervonta fight makes no sense to me. Because even, yes, Floyd didn't have the punching power Gervonta had, but even if Gervonta lands, I don't see him hurting Jake to the point he knocks him out. So what are we even doing? Where's the idea of this gonna, where's the idea that Gervonta's even gonna hurt him? He may hurt him to the body, you know, whatever. Jake doesn't want to throw as much, but I don't see him one punch knocking Jake out. And, you know, the same thing was kind of said with Logan. Like, okay, Floyd probably won't knock him out, but probably going to outbox him. I get where Dana's coming from. These things are not meant to be competitive fights. They're meant to make money and to, I guess, scratch that itch of the circus mystery unknown.
And Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than fucking Floyd, but he's too small. I mean, your brother's going to be able to, you know, get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up. But I don't hate your brother. Your brother's out there doing his thing. But it cracks me up that they want to start suing people that are talking shit when your brother talks more shit than anybody talks.
I think the thought process behind it is, okay, so Jake and I are obviously pretty polarizing individuals, and when an echo chamber starts and a rumor mill starts of like staged fight bullshit, which like these fights aren't staged, you know, that's just, it's at that level, it's like almost impossible. I think they think that it affects the business and it affects the brand because people discredit him as actually having legitimate bouts.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Davis has been bulking up in preparation for the fight, reportedly walking around at nearly 160 pounds, a big jump from his usual 135-pound frame. The move brings him closer to the agreed catch weight and reduces one of Paul's biggest advantages. The added muscle could not only improve Davis's ability to take heavier punches, but also enhance the force behind his own strikes. This transformation could make him more durable, more dangerous, and far less predictable in the ring. Although still lighter than Paul, Davis's weight gain sends a clear message. He's not just showing up for the payday. He's coming in ready to surprise everyone with a stronger, evolved version of himself.
Yeah. Gervonta Tank Davis, it's my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up, be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm gonna tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.